Hi everyone, this is Astera. How are you doing? I hope that you are enjoying your day as much as I'm enjoying this lovely sunny weather. Today I'm back with my series on resilience, and I want to focus on rejection and embarrassment and how to handle these kind of experiences in a way that they can still be used for our personal growth and for boosting our resilience. Rejections are a part of life. We can't really do much to avoid them. Sometimes maybe we can, because there are some red flags that we may be rejected and then we avoid it. But in some cases we just can't do that, and we still may be rejected. Rejections can happen in our work life or in our private life. In our work life, that can happen even before you get a job. If you are an adult, you will most likely apply probably at least a few times in your life for a position. And when you send your CV or your application form, there are only a few people who will be shortlisted for the interview. So you may not even make it to the interview. And that's rejection. You will be rejected. Then at work, if you ever present an idea or a project proposal to your boss or to your colleagues, it may happen that you will not get a favorable feedback from them, or they may straight say no to your idea, and that's rejection. You will feel rejected. Then think about your personal life. We all have experienced rejection. Maybe in childhood or when you were a teenager, you wanted to be friends with someone. You really liked that person and you thought that they liked you, but then it turned out that this person didn't really reciprocate your feelings and they didn't want you to be their friend, and you felt rejected. Or maybe you liked someone and you always wanted them to ask you out, and that never happened, and you felt rejected. And that can get even worse. Maybe you approach that person, you try to be brave and ask them out, and they said no. And that's rejection. And that's definitely something which is not pleasant to experience, and that's not something that motivates us to move forward in life. But the only thing that we can change about rejections is the way that we think about those experiences. We can't really avoid them. So in any case, in any situation that you feel rejected, the first thing to consider is whether it was really something personal. Because often rejection happens because we misunderstood someone or there was some miscommunication, and that means that we were not rejected because we did something wrong, but it's just something that happened. But in other cases, it may very well be that rejection was personal. And that is usually the case when the person who rejects you have a completely different values and norms, and they behave to completely different standards than yourself. That means that you are very dissimilar to them, and most likely they will not like you because of that. They will never accept you, and whatever you would do, you will still be rejected. And that's not nice, but the only thing which you can do in this sort of situations is to actually look for people who are similar to yourself, who have similar values, norms, who behave in a similar way, because they will not reject you, most likely. So you can start looking for your tribe, and if you approach people who are like-minded and similar to yourself, then it's less likely that you will be rejected. And then embarrassment. With embarrassment, it's the same as with mistakes and failures. We don't really want to experience failures, we don't want to make mistakes, and we don't want to feel embarrassed. But one thing to remember with embarrassment is that it is often only us who think that it actually happened, the embarrassment. Other people may not really see that we were embarrassed, and we can still feel that we were. And to illustrate this, I will tell you about one situation that I witnessed many, many years ago when I was still in academia. And at that time, I thought in that situation that the person was really, really embarrassed. But this person actually didn't treat it like that, and their perception of the situation was completely different. So, as I said, that happened in academia quite a long time ago. At some point I was invited for a meeting, and an academic who was a bit senior to myself organized a meeting and invited senior academics from a different faculty. The idea was that this person who organized the meeting, they worked on some particular topic and they wanted to get into collaboration with at least one of those senior academics from the different faculty, the faculty that was considered more prestigious for doing this particular research that this person who organized the meeting was interested in. And they invited those senior academics, and they presented their topic and their idea of their future research. And what happened at that point was that those senior academics started to tell this person who organized the meeting that actually all those research questions that this person wants to investigate in their future research, these research questions, they have been researched already quite a few times, 5, 6, 7 years ago. And those senior academics gave names of the authors, they told this person what articles they should look into. So basically what happened there, as I assume, I wasn't an expert on that topic, but I think that what happened was that the person who actually organized the meeting most likely didn't do their work very diligently. Their literature review was not done very meticulously, and most likely they have missed quite a big part of literature on that topic. And in that case, if I were them, I would have felt really, really embarrassed, because you invite senior academics from a different faculty to collaborate with them, and then it turns out that, well, your research, your literature review and your research questions, they've been already investigated a long time ago. So that's something that I would consider really a huge embarrassment for myself, and I would prefer just to disappear from that room at that point. But this is not what that person who organized the meeting felt. What they did was a completely different thing. When they heard all that critique and all that criticism about their literature review being obviously not that well done, they said something along the line, well, this is why I invited you here. We are all here to learn from one another. And that's exactly how you should react to a situation in which you feel that it may be a potential embarrassment for you. Because what this person did was, first, they didn't consider that they were embarrassed and that it was personal. The second thing was that they didn't even consider their literature review that wasn't done very properly to be embarrassing in any way. And the third thing, they said directly that they thought that this whole situation is actually a good opportunity to grow together. So, this is how you can change your perception of rejection and embarrassment and boost your resilience. Thank you for watching, and see you soon. Bye.